access to the private beta.
Sets up perfectly what you'll be able to experience this Friday when that private beta goes live. And where are we right now? Well, we are in Cologne in Germany at the madness that is Gamescom. Over the next few days, hundreds of thousands of people will come through many halls, and there's loads of games here to play. The one everyone seems to be going to at the moment is the one where we are sat. This is our booth, the Call of Duty World War II booth. We have people playing around us right now. In the wider room outside, people are playing games. They've queued up to get in and have a go at this game. There's only been one chance before now, before the beta goes live on Friday. So let us talk about that and what we're going to unpack, what you can experience, also the new modes that are in there, and we'll have a bit of a game as well. And to talk through that with me are the two men who made this game from Sledgehammer Games. That is Michael and Glenn. Last time I saw you guys was in London. It was all hush-hush. Now it's all out in the open.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it's a tremendous honor to be here on behalf of the studio and everyone involved to share more with fans.
And what have those months been like, Glenn? Because I guess it's been stressful.
Well, it's been stressful, but what London did for us was, finally get it out. That was a lot of stress, and not being able to talk about it. But now that we have, it's been good. It's been great for the team, and seeing the reception that we've gotten has been very positive. It's just driving us right to the end.
You play it in the studios, I guess, all the time. You've seen this game for 3 years. When you watch people around us playing it right now, what is that emotion like?
Well, this is what we do, we make entertainment, and when the entertainment works and people are happy and having fun, I mean, that's everything to us.
And we watched the trailer at the top. There was so much in there.
Oh my goodness, this thing is packed, right? The beta begins in just a couple of days. That trailer begins to show all of the things that fans are going to get their hands on. Maps, modes, divisions, war mode. It is chock full of stuff.
And it's going to be one of those private betas where it starts on Friday and then you come blinking out into the light come Monday morning, because they've had to drag me off these games and go, OJ, you're here to work, which I guess I am. We'll unpack the beta in just a second. One thing as well is headquarters. This is out November the 3rd. What is headquarters? Just set it up for me.
Yeah, back when we saw you in London, we gave the first tease of headquarters, and we're going to show a little bit more tonight. Headquarters is one of the biggest innovations in multiplayer this year. It is how we're going to transform how Call of Duty comes together as a community and plays. This will be off the front lines where you'll compete, be social, be rewarded. There is so much in there. In fact, let's show fans what they're going to get their hands on in November.
Let's have a look.
Capture the flag. Take the enemy flag by any means necessary. Enemy flag taken. Get it to the CP.
So basically, there's loads in headquarters then.
There is so much in there that you saw. And then you saw a little bit at the end there that you weren't supposed to see. That's our Skycam mode. So remind me to tell you about that. That's for the esports competition coming. But in headquarters itself, man, everything from competing, like the competitive firing range that you saw there.
How competitive is that? I mean, have you taken on Glenn?
Well, that's not very competitive, OJ. I kid. I love. I kid because I love. Yes, it's very competitive. Everybody in the hub in headquarters can come together and challenge each other for mastery of the firing range. There's 1v1, the ultimate test of individual skill. There's score streak training. There's opportunities to socialize, to show off your emblems, to prestige in front of the entire community for the first time ever. There is so much to do. This is a really rich space. There's leaderboards to show off who's the best of the best. And we really think that fans are going to have a great time with it.
The score streak chaining is the thing I'm most excited about, mainly because at the level I play, and I've played Call of Duty for years, I still get overexcited when I get a score streak, especially one of the ones that costs a lot more, and I will drop bombs on my own head. So the fact that you can actually practice it is great.
Yeah. I practice that as well as with going into the firing range and trying the weapons. It's a good opportunity to get used to them and then come out and take out Condry.
And you can see here, we've all been there, OJ, where you've earned a score streak for the first time, and you're not exactly sure how to use it, and you feel like you've wasted it, perhaps, especially a high-end score.
Every time.
Yeah, right?
Every time for me.
And now we give you a place to go to train up on it, become proficient, master them, and then go into battle and really devastate the enemy.
And Glenn, it's a specific look you've gone for the headquarters, isn't it?
Yeah, this headquarters represents D-Day +3, and it's the time when, after the Allies had taken over the beach and taken over Normandy, they brought all the heavy equipment on and set up their camp. And the idea there was just to try and make it as realistic and believable as we could get. And so it was a matter of delving through all the literature and all the reference that we have and working with our military advisors to get everything right.
Well, that's headquarters, which you'll be able to see November the 3rd when the full game launches. But back to the beta. So the beta starts on Friday. I mean, lots of people who have pre-ordered the game, they will be in there playing this private beta. What is the beta for? Is it twofold? Is it for people to have a go and also maybe to make sure the game is where you want it?
It really is that. I mean, this is why we make games, for this moment where you get to share it with fans. We pour your heart and soul and passion into something for 3 years. You can't wait to see how fans react to it. And what's great for the beta for us is we get to hear firsthand how they've enjoyed it, validate some of the decisions we've made, and understand what to continue doing more of. And at the same time, that feedback will help us refine our approach to November and launch. And of course, to stress test that the infrastructure is ready to go when there are millions of people playing on day one. So it's both of those things. It's valuable to us, and we hope people really get a kick out of it, and they let us know what they think.
If it's a stress test for the servers, how much is it a stress test for you as well? Because obviously you'll be sat there going, right, it's going,
Yeah, it's both stress test. I mean, and also like Michael said, a validation. And those are the moments that we go, yes, you got it right, But this is so important to us. The whole game we're going through user testing, and this is just another part of it. But this is a chance to get, millions of people to really stress it for us.
will you be chewing your nails?
Well, I do that anyway. Yeah, I'll be chewing his.
Is an image I don't ever want to think about again.
Me neither.
So then let's go into the beta then. Let's start with Divisions, because this dictates how you will play the game.
It really does. Yeah, Divisions, we're really excited to bring Divisions to life. 3 years to develop the game gave us a chance to look at every part of multiplayer and really think about how we bring World War II to life. And, one of the things that we really focused on was this idea that it was common men and women going to war. And this brings two fundamental choices to life for you as a soldier. One, the division you enlist in, and two, the basic training you bring along with that division. And each division then has a set of skills, a uniform or two dedicated to it, a behavior and style of gameplay and skill traits that really emphasize your play style. You're seeing it here, airborne, fast first to the fight. This is mountain division, armored division, excuse me. These are the heavy LMG carrying high armor guys who have the mountable bipods. You've got mountain division with sniper and the ghillie suit, which makes them death from distance. Each of these 5 iconic divisions really lends itself as a way to express you as a playstyle and as a character.
And that it literally is. So however you play Call of Duty, that will be how you get involved in the game. You'll choose one of these divisions.
That's right. And there are 5 divisions available in the beta. We hope players will play all 5 of them. Each division, ultimately, when you prestige, will give you a unique, exclusive weapon for that division. Now, that you'll have to wait till November. Keep some surprises on the table. But we hope you'll play all the divisions and let us know how you think.
Glenn, what's your division of choice?
Right now, it's been airborne. I like running with some sort of MG, and that lets me Spray and pray.
Me too, actually. Run into a room, don't worry about the bullets.
Yeah,
The bullets are free. Let's talk about the helmets, because the helmets are special, aren't they? When it comes to customizing your character, that's quite a special part.
Yeah, it really is. Every division will have a number of uniforms specific to that division, which are era appropriate and authentic to what the division looks like. Obviously, airborne, you'll look like a paratrooper or perhaps a pilot. And each will come with a helmet that matches with that set. But for us, really, it's the uniform and the helmet. And certain ceremonial helmets, like we know happened in World War II, are meant to commemorate important events. And so we've taken that into the game as well. And helmets are the only piece that you can change between uniforms. And we're using that to reward people for doing remarkable things in the game. Or in this instance, for being part of the beta, first players to play the game.
So yeah, so if you're part of the private beta, you will end up with this helmet, this white on gold helmet. You get the calling card and the emblem to go with it, Glenn. It is a special helmet, and there'll be helmets that you get when the game launches November the 3rd. There'll be a ton of different helmets you'll pick up in different ways, and you can use them across the divisions.
Yeah, that's right. And we think, whether you choose to wear this helmet in battle is up to you. You can wear your division helmet or this helmet, but as you're in headquarters and you really want to show off and let everybody know that you were the first to play, that helmet's really going to stand out.
Check out my helmet. Let's get into the questions. A lot of this is about the community. They've sent in questions for you. First one is Karim from Germany. I don't know what it is in German, so I'll have to do it in English. And that is, how many weapons will be available during the beta?
So the beta, on day one of the beta, we have unlocked the first, or not unlocked, you'll have to unlock, but we have the first 20 levels of player progression as part of the experience. And there's more than a dozen iconic World War II weapons in that progression across the primaries, secondaries, and launchers. So plenty to choose from across all 5 divisions.
If I was going to test you, do you know which all of them are there in this private beta?
I do.
Go for it.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe don't test me on all of them,
Okay, well.
but there's plenty. There's everything in the SMGs. You've got the Type 100, you've got the PPSH-41, you've got the grease gun that you're seeing here. In infantry division, you have the Garand, you have the STG-44. In the LMGs, you're seeing here the MG-15. You have in shotgun classes, pardon me?
1903.
The 1903, exactly. So across the board, the Commonwealth for death from distance, like there is plenty. You have launchers, both the bazooka and the Panzerschreck. There is plenty to play with and customize and really get the feel for, each with that iconic World War II signature and feel that brings you back to the era.
Well, it's that iconic part, and I remember, Glenn, you talking about this in London when we did the reveal there, and that was the ping of the Garand, and playing the game. Yeah. I now know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, it feels good, right? It feels right. The gun feels heavy, has a heft to it. It's, just a testament to trying to get all the details right.
Let's have another question. This one comes in from the UK. Hamza says, what new score streaks will we see in the beta?
Well, that's an exciting new sort of avenue for us as well for the beta. Now, again, locked to levels 1 through 20 initially, but you'll see here in the video, we took the flamethrower and the glide bomb to E3, and that was a hit. In the private beta, we have the Molotov cocktail. That's new, lethal, deadly. As well as the paratrooper support. You can call in paratroopers to help you out. And we have the care package makes its return. That's always a fan favorite. And in the care package, there'll be surprises that you'll unlock that aren't selectable. So plenty to choose from, play with, and become proficient at.
Because some of that has changed since E3, hasn't it? You've changed things about.
Yeah, we certainly have. And there's far more to come. Again, this is just a slice, right, as we begin to let players experiment and test things out. So, yeah, in your progression of level 1 through 20, you're going to unlock those and more to come after that.
Friday, what modes will we be playing as part of this beta?
Friday, fan favorites on Friday. Team Deathmatch, of course. Hardpoint and Dom, great objective modes. We're excited. Mosh Pit, and, of course, our big one, the granddaddy of the new modes, War, makes its appearance.
Well, we're going to chat about War in just a second, because I must admit we had a go earlier on War, and it is fabulous. They had to drag us away from it. And Glenn, we even had a moral victory, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Playing on the same team. We didn't actually win, but morally I felt we win. The maps you can play on Friday. Yeah. Let's start off with the look of Pont de Hoc, because you went for the authenticity there, didn't you? The reality of it.
Right. Again, it was about the believability. We wanted you to believe that you were there and feel that you were there, so it was realism. And the other thing that we want to do is immerse you in the war, not to just feel like here's a map where we're playing a multiplayer, but we are in the middle of war. And you'll see that even at the beginning, there'll be bombs going off, and but everything throughout the game is been really scrutinized and highly detailed, and spent a lot of time to get the details really, really correct.
And Michael, how does this map play?
Yeah, this map really plays like a traditional Call of Duty map. It's fast, it's got that small, close quarters engagement, great flanking routes around the outside, and these deadly trenches that were part of Pointe Hawk. Perfect for the expeditionary force with the shotguns and the incendiary shells. Just brutal.
Next up is the map Ardennes, which, Glenn, I know you visited the area in winter to try and make this right, didn't you?
Yeah, it's important for us to visit all these locations, and in the case of Ardennes and a few of the other levels, we went in the dead of winter and spent a good 7-8 days just really traveling. And the idea is we want to get the emotion, the feel, the tone of what what the fighters went through, and so it's very important to get there.
And how does it play, Michael?
It plays fantastic. It's a bit of a traditional 3-lane design map, although it's more triangular in shape than normal with these crisscrossing center avenues. It's one of my favorite maps on domination, which people will get to play. Great for engagements both at close distance and medium range.
Now, we have 12 players, high-level players, people who know the game and they're good at the game. We've just been watching them warm up. They are actually playing a new map, which you have released a bit of footage of, but no one has played yet. Talk me through this new map. Yeah,
look, we want to take you throughout the European Theater of War to iconic locations, and one of the places that we visited on our research trips was Gibraltar on the southern tip of Spain. And we've captured that here. Now, this map, really impressive. It gives you great flanking routes, a really intense middle combat area that you're seeing here, and multi-elevation sort of gameplay that really makes it unique. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the studio favorites, and you're seeing it here on Hardpoint. Axis team Glenn, the Axis team has got a little bit of an advantage on us, but I'm confident Team Condry is going to make a comeback.
Because this is it. Our players who are playing this right now in the booth with us, I mean, what they're doing, we tried to set this up as being Condry versus Schofield. Who's taking which side? Are you taking Axis?
Evil Glenn is Axis, yes.
And you're taking that.
Okay.
So talk us through. I mean, it's fast and it's got that Call of Duty feel.
It really does. And as you see your team composition come together based off of different divisions, you really need to be well balanced here. You need long range and short range. You need fast to the fight like SMGs. So what you're seeing is the push for hard points. It just rotated through. Now you got mounted LMGs on the walls here. Just got a side flank route from the siege tunnels, Churchill siege tunnel. Molotov cocktail, as you saw. Brutal score streak. Here's the tunnels themselves. Yeah, Team Condry needs to get on their horse and ride because this isn't good for me. But this hard point is a great one on the lower half down by the Moorish castle. Really great for objectives that drives the conflict together. We're
Glenn,
about to rotate.
Glenn, your team's got this locked down, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just normal for us.
Yeah, lock it down. I think when we were talking your gameplay earlier on, you called it what? You described yourself as
pray and
a silent ninja. You said a big silent ninja.
A large ninja.
A large ninja.
Yeah, I can even hide with that white helmet in an area.
Talk me through the way of the large ninja.
You just see a hard point rotation, so teams are starting to regroup for the upper sort of where A flag is at. So they're moving through now. Watch Condry. Team Condry is going to make their comeback here.
It's definitely a studio favorite right now, though. Everybody's playing it.
Yeah, we're excited about this one. Very iconic location. Sort of a different style of gameplay. Engagements are very varied. And that multi-elevation sort of feel to it just makes it super fun.
Obviously, parents can't choose their favorite kids. Can you, in the studio, can you choose your favorite map? Of the 3 that we're going to see in the beta, can you choose?
I can't choose. I can tell you I have favorites based off of the mode we play. I'm a big fan of Ardennes on Dom. This and Hardpoint is one of my favorites as well. But all 3 are great, and I think fans are really going to get a kick out of it.
Glenn, do you have a favorite?
I have to say right now it's probably the Gibraltar, but you know, when one of the other ones comes up, I'm just as excited. So it's just a different style of play. It's a spray and play.
Yeah, like a hard point, your excitement rotates to different maps each time.
Yes.
Let's go for another question. This comes in from Joey from France. I won't do the French accent because I'll just offend all of France. Why did you choose to offer War Mode? Now, that's something you touched on earlier on. Just why did you decide to offer that?
War Mode, we're really excited about this offering, and we can't wait for fans to get their hands on it starting later this week. It's here at Gamescom. Of course, we took it to E3. You know, when we looked at a new way to play Call of Duty to really reinforce World War II and that idea of squads coming together and working as a team to overcome strategic objectives, war was what brought this to life. You're not going to win as a lone wolf. You're not going to win if everybody takes the same division. And you're not going to win if you don't work together. So this is a series of linear objectives, sort of asymmetrical Axis versus Allied, this clash over common ground, which was really what World War II was all about. You're seeing it here. This is the Axis are trying to defend the bridge while the Allied are trying to build it so the tank can cross.
Well, we played this earlier on, and I absolutely love War Mode. And we got the bridge rebuilt to 99% and couldn't get that final 1%. And, you know, it was all hell for leather with them throwing smokes and trying to keep us off it, and we were trying to pick them out the windows. That level of strategy where you have to work together, that hasn't really been in Call of Duty before.
No, that's one of the things that I really like about this mode is that you know, you're working together, and you saw when we were playing, you know, we were cheering, and you know, at the end of it, you know, the guys who won, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Do you find that it tends to be those dramatic endings almost every time you play it?
You know, that is one of the magics of this mode. You're really never out of the fight. There's a series of staged objectives, and each objective comes down to the wire. You can be at the 99th percentile of completing the tank before the time runs out, and if the Axis defends and pushes it back, it is the most dramatic finishes we've seen in Call of Duty multiplayer in a long, long time.
Come November the 3rd, that won't be the only map, will it?
No, certainly not. Fans have responded really well. Developers across Sledgehammer and Raven are super excited about what we're working on. And so we have more to come. And, you know, we wanted to show you a sneak peek at one of the ones we think is going to be really iconic come November.
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to say what it is, but I think I can probably guess, because that is one of the most iconic moments of the Second World War.
Right. This is Normandy, and it's you get the chance to play as the Axis, and you know, see it from their perspective, and it's pretty neat, right? Because we're so used to seeing it from the beach and everything, but now when you get to play this, it's very cool.
Yeah. What was it like putting that together? From a look point of view, because it's been done before in films, it's been done before in games. What was that like going through that?
You know, that's a good question, because it was important for us to have our own distinct look, because it has been done before. But you know, we just went back to authenticity, realism, and you know, once we go there and visit the place, there's so much more that we can add to it that brings sort of a personal touch to it.
But that, of course, is part of the full game, which is November the 3rd. The private beta starts on Friday. Let's look at the times again. So get yourself some snacks in. Make sure you're stocked up, because you won't be leaving home if you're part of this, if you have pre-ordered the game. August 25th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. GMT. Ends on the 28th. That is the first weekend of PlayStation exclusive. It is going to be one of those where it starts, and then you realise, how did it get to Monday? Where did my life go? And then, of course, there's one the following weekend as well. Now, another announcement, if you want to see some high-level players playing it, and I'm not saying these guys aren't, and I'm definitely saying, well, you and I, Glenn, are not. Michael, you're pretty good. You can see some great pro players playing tomorrow, can't you?
You can, absolutely. I mean, Gamescom is such a remarkable opportunity for us to share with fans live. Like you said, hundreds of thousands of people are here. It's also a great opportunity for us to show the commitment we've had to the competitive scene. And so tomorrow we're going to unveil in a live stream some of the features that we're bringing. You know, we've talked about ranked play, we've talked about game battle integrations, but we've been working hard with the esports community. So that will be on exhibition tomorrow. I talked earlier on the headquarters video. You got a chance to see what we're lovingly calling hammer cam, that top-down view, which is really a new way to see the action. We're going to unveil that tomorrow on a brand new map that the best of the best are going to be playing. This is set in the heart of Berlin on a map we're calling FLAK Tower.
Well, this as well, and also Capture the Flag is back, isn't it? So
It
not
certainly
only is it
is.
on FLAK and it's a new map, Capture the Flag is back.
A great fan favorite mode, a great competitive mode. You're right. CTF tomorrow on FLAK with world-class players. It's going to be cast with one of our developers who's an ex-pro player who's been embedded with the studio for 3 years to make sure we get this just right. So tonight's great. It's always great to be here with you, but tomorrow night's also going to be great, and we hope people will tune into it as well.
Because that's one of the great things, isn't it? I love playing the game myself, but there are things that I can't do. And that's why it's great to watch how pro players do it. You'll be able to see that as part of a live stream tomorrow.
And this is a beautiful map we can't wait to share. You know, right in the heart of Berlin. This was based off of these flak towers that were constructed to protect Berlin from the bombings of the Allied forces, the inevitable bombings, which you're seeing here. And so this really chaotically small map, fierce fighting, CTF running at full speed with the best of the best. Yeah, it's going to be worth tuning into.
It is going to be great. Make sure you do that. Just a quick reminder as well, if you do take part in the beta, this private beta, which starts on Friday, you will get that special helmet that is part of it, and the emblem, and the calling card that goes with it as well. So Friday comes, Glenn. Do you think you'll let out a big sigh of relief, knowing that you and everyone at Sledgehammer's worked so hard on this?
Yeah, I think if we don't pass out from working. But, you know, thanks for reminding me about Sledgehammer. And they just have been, they've been working so hard, the whole team, and Activision. So thank you so much for working so hard, putting this game together, and we can't wait to show it to people. And coming this Friday.
It's going to be great. Michael, will you be in the lobbies?
Oh, you can better believe it. Like, I cannot wait to be playing all weekend long. Of course, we'll be on Reddit and be on our social channels and our surveys listening to fans. So between playing and gathering the feedback and really listening to what fans are enjoying, it's going to be an exciting weekend for everybody at Sledgehammer Games.
Because that's what it is. It's about that feedback as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, Michael, Glenn, thank you so much for joining us here in Cologne. In this, the World War II booth that we had, hundreds of thousands of people will be coming through here. They will be coming here to have a go at it. But if you're part of that private beta, we will see you in the lobbies come Friday.
Access to the private beta.